A Kundalini awakening and then a rising defies the law of gravity. Okay? Because with the law of gravity, mass attracts mass. So you'd have to be this made of the same thing for you to then land on that. Now, what happens with the Kundalini awakening? Now, a Kundalini awakening removes the density. It literally removes mass. And how it does this, if you imagine a snake coiled 3.5 times, and it is heavy, it is dense. When there's enough compression for this to uncoil, it uncoils, relaxes itself, and gives out a vapor, or it starts to rise. I say vapor, although it's not literally a vapor. Just to explain this, there is a rising, but it still remains intact at the bottom. So it's not that it detaches from the bottom and simply rises. No, it's still always there. The pit is still there, and so is the Kundalini. Now, when that Kundalini starts to stir and starts to rise, what it's doing is everything is drawn towards the center of the earth, right? So as long as we are this mass, as long as we are these 5 senses, everything is drawn back down again, right? But what does Kundalini do? Kundalini, instead of being drawn back down, is going upward, right? But remember, at every meridian, at every chakra, at every energy center, there is always a chance of it being pulled back again, unless and until it goes past the Akasha. When it has gone over into your crown chakra, then it has literally transformed and it can never go back down again, right? But up until then, merely on a very physical science aspect, because of the density, right, it will always be pulled down, which is why when you want to go through a Kundalini rising, you must do that in a state of hollow. The more hollow we become by getting rid of beliefs and concepts and everything, right? In fact, getting rid of thoughts, experiences, or attaching ourselves to this is who I am, this is who I am, this is my identity, this is my personality, this is how things should be, these are my beliefs, right? When everything is shared, and there are different ways that we can do this, one of which is our awareness, because our awareness will tell us, am I going this way or am I going that way? Is it something that is going to keep me in a contracted consciousness, right? Or is this going to expand me, therefore make me hollow? Is this going to make me empty, or is this going to fill me yet again? Which is why, even when we have spiritual teachings, right, we take them with a pinch of salt. So you take them till you have come to a certain point, beyond which taking them will become an impediment, because yet again you will be carrying with you a set of beliefs, right? One simple suggestion, rule, recommendation, whatever, is that don't take it for granted that it is just the way it is, or it is the way I'm being told, right? Now, if we're saying that each one of us has the very source of creation within them, right? Then wouldn't you and me and anyone for that matter be able to decode our existence? Wouldn't we all have that ability, right? So, would you rather read it from a book or listen to somebody? Or would you rather bring yourself into a state so that through your uniqueness, through your original signature blueprint, you're able to bring this wisdom down? And this wisdom is there. It's nothing that is just in the books, just here and wherever. It is here, it's within us. Look at our body, look at how it's made. Why is it that we only have one heart or one brain? Why do we have two kidneys? Why do we have a pair, right? A pair of hands, a pair of feet. Everything that keeps us in the ground, everything that keeps us with our five senses, everything that is more yang and everything that is doing, our feet, our hands, our arms, everything. You just look at it that is in a pair. Then look at your body and see what's singular there, right? Then look at the energy centers and see how they match to those single organs. Just an exercise, right? Now, Kundalini awakening, it lightens us, it enlightens, but it is not the be all and end all. Like I said, without a spiritual awakening or without knowing what is this, right? And without an awareness, because you could have a Kundalini awakening with zero spiritual awakening, but you have an awareness that you're noticing a shift that is happening inside of you in your consciousness. But if you don't, then you might be staying at a certain point and not going beyond that point. Because we are constantly attracted by the earth, right? There is always a calling to be back down to earth. But you see, when you sit, as I'm sitting, right, and you put the sole of your foot at the base of your spine, there is a pressure there, right? There is a pressure. Your spine is neither here nor there, but you're centered. You're centered, your arms are centered, they're not on the side, you're just centered. Now, when you're centered, there's a certain lightness in being that comes with this posture. With this posture, we have no legs, we have nothing to ground us. We don't have anything to keep us being pulled, because your energy, your life force, your prana inside, right, you're already locking it in. So gradually, with enough compression, you push it all the way up. And as we go all the way up, it defies the whole law of gravity. And you'll find, and this is why a lot of you will go through periods of feeling ungrounded, periods of feeling a little spaced out, because there's more akasha, right? So we are the five elements. So if you like, we are a spark that landed on earth and then melded with the five elements, and everyone became different things, right? More about this in another post, something for you to think about, how a Kundalini rising and awakening has the potential to defy the law of gravity. Lots of love. Stay tuned.